Let's start making a real app. What we're going to do is we're going to implement the TodoMVC app in Hyperapp. TodoMVC is a to-do application with a specific set of features that's been implemented in several different frameworks in order for people to be able to compare and choose. You type things in: buy milk, buy cheese. You can check things off as done. You can filter between which ones are active and completed. You can edit them. And you can delete them. So that's basically what we're going to do. So to begin with, let's just clear up the old stuff we've been using. Let's clean up the HTML. Let's just get rid of the stuff we were doing before. And here's our clean app state that we're going to use. When you want to start implementing a new application or a new feature in Hyperapp, usually the best place to start is to think about what kind of things will you be needing to keep track of in the state? What kind of ways will you need to transform the state? We know we're going to need an input where we're going to type in the new items to add, so let's have a variable for that. New input. Let's set it to null. And we're going to need an action for inputting to it. So just like before, input new item. Item is better. Like before, we're going to take the state, the event, and return the old state. New item is going to be the event target value. Also, we know we're going to need a list of items that we have added. Let's have it as an empty array at first and add an action for adding items. We don't need to use the event here because the new item we want to add is already in the state. So it's going to be the same as the old state, except items is going to be same as the old state items, except we're going to have state new item first. Time to implement the view. We know we're going to need an input tag. Let's have a button for adding the items, and we're going to need the list tags for rendering a list. So let's just start putting it in there. We need the input. Let's type text. Its value is state new item, and on input new item, and the button on click add item. Let's leave the text of the button as a simple plus. Then the list, and the content is going to be state items mapped as list item text item text. Let's try it out. Here's our input. We type foo. We get foo. Okay, so there's one thing to fix. We want the new item input to be cleared when we add the new item. So let's make sure that happens. New item back to null. And maybe it would be good to have a placeholder in the input so we know when it's been reset. What do you need to do? Question mark. All right, I need to buy milk and buy cheese. And okay, so there's an error when we just start clicking the button in case this is empty. Well, obviously we don't want to add something that's empty, so let's add that guard to the add item action. If state new item is not a truthy value, then we just return the state as is. And this is basically how you do a no-op. Is you just return, you get the state and you return the same state. Then Hyperapp doesn't see any need to update anything or render anything because nothing has changed. But if there is something in state new item, then we're going to do the action. Let's try it now. No errors. And we're good.